recording? Is there a red light there? Yep, we're good. All right,
Okay.
so we are just going for getting ideas.
Yep.
Recently, I had a life-changing experience. As was usual after school, I grabbed a yogurt from the fridge and sat on the couch to watch some tunes while completing homework. As I continued eating spoonful after spoonful, I became increasingly unhappy with the yogurt's slimy, sweet flavor. Ugh, raunchy strawberry. Why does my mom always buy strawberry? At that exact moment, a Yoplait yogurt commercial came on, and that woman was eating her strawberry yogurt like it was crème brûlée, fresh from Julia Child herself. My immediate thought was, what's the difference between her yogurt and mine? Then it hit me. It wasn't the yogurt, but the person eating it. I had eaten a strawberry yogurt every day for the past 2 weeks, and the woman on the commercial had most likely eaten thousands. Yet, here she was, enjoying that yogurt like it was her very first. The difference between us became quite clear. Gratitude. Gratitude is what made every taste of her yogurt a delight, every bite a masterpiece. Gratitude is why the yogurt lady became my shining life role model. She had unlocked the secret of fulfillment, savoring every bite of life. Today, we will strive to be as happy as the yogurt lady by first considering the nutritional value of gratitude, then evaluating the hierarchy of ingredients so that we too can savor the flavor of gratitude. The importance of gratitude cannot be overstated. It is the vitamin C that fuels a more contented life. In the simplest terms I can render, gratitude generates happiness. I remember one particularly unsavory weekend during the extensive speech season when coming home was all I wanted to do. After a long snow-slick journey home, walking up to my lighted porch was like sliding into a hot tub after wading in an ice pond. And at that moment, I was so incredibly grateful for my home, my family, and a car with heaters, I couldn't help but feel happy. Research has come to back me up on this. In the book entitled The How of Happiness by Sonia Lyubomirsky, it demonstrates that expressing gratitude has several benefits. In one particular study, a group of participants was asked to write down 5 things they were grateful for once a week for 10 weeks. Another group of participants was asked to list 5 hassles or major events that occurred in the past week. The results showed that those who expressed gratitude tended to feel more satisfied and optimistic with their lives. Their health received a boost as well. Participants reported very few ailments such as headaches, acne, coughing, or even nausea. Lyubomirsky goes on to state, gratitude is an antidote to negative emotions, a neutralizer of envy, avarice, hostility, worry, and irritation. Gratitude is the sustenance of life from which the steps of happiness are forged. So, what are those steps to becoming as happy as the yogurt lady, to savor every flavor? First things first, saying thank you. When I think about saying thank you, the first story that comes to mind is the biblical tale of the 10 lepers. According to the Bible, 10 lepers approached Jesus in the streets of Jerusalem, seeking an antidote to their own illness. He tells them to up and go to the priests in the city, and only a few steps into their journey, the 10 look down to find that they are completely cleansed of the disease. Caught up in their own rejoicing, 9 of the 10 continue on without looking back toward the source of their miraculous cure. But one leper, remembering, returns and praises Jesus for his newfound health. With clever discernment, Jesus questions the one, were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? This entreats an even greater question. Are we as the 9? Or as the 1? In reality, how often do we really express our own gratitude? Just saying thank you. I know it may seem a kindergarten answer, but really maybe there was a good reason they taught us those magic words in kindergarten. I mean, they taught us the ABCs there too, and those have most definitely been helpful. Paradoxically then, when we say thank you, it provokes more appreciation within us for what we've received, and in turn leads to greater happiness. Thanks. It's easy peasy, as many a first step is. The second step requires a bit more thought. We must gain an awareness of just how good we've got it. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, gratitude means the quality of being conscious of a benefit received. Conscious. Are we unconscious if we do not realize the benefits we receive? If we are ungrateful, it is as if we are walking around in an unconscious stupor. Shut up. Devlin Arnell, you are loud. Show that to him later. Conscious. Let me try it a different way. Conscious. Conscious. Conscious.
Oh my God.
Conscious. Are we unconscious? If we do not realize the benefits we receive, if we are ungrateful, it is as if we are walking around in an unconscious stupor, ignorant of the blessings we have. In order to become conscious of the benefits we have, we might just need a big bucket of cold water to the face. A brilliant example of that rude awakening is the moral tale of The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. The prince lives a grand and luxurious life, enjoying bountiful meals 3 times a day, a blazing fire to sit and read by, a king-sized bed to sleep in at night. One day in the streets, the prince meets his very own doppelganger, a pauper. In the spur of the moment, the boys have a genius plan and decide to switch clothes. However, by trading clothes, the two in turn trade lives. The boy from the streets is swept up into that lavish life, while the other, the prince, is dragged down into the dog-eat-dog world of the palace slums. Quickly, the haughty prince learns that those roast platters with side dishes of broccoli and tart were truly miraculous in comparison to the scraps of bread crust found in the kingdom gutters. At the end of this tale, the two are returned to their rightful places. And although the boys' lives seem to return to normal for the most part, I can only imagine the drastic changes in their outlooks on life. Before the switch, the prince thought nothing of those 3 ambrosial meals presented to him each day. Only after starving in a gutter did he miss the scent of roast wafting through the air. Only after being knocked off his high and mighty throne was the prince able to realize and truly appreciate what he had. We as well tend to get caught up in what we don't have and fail to realize what we do. So I say, look again. Just as the participants in Live Mirsky's experiment take the time at the end of each day to look back and clear... Back up a little bit. Just as the participants in Live Mirsky's experiment take the time at the end of each day to look back and clear the fog off of our appreciation glasses. Did you think to say thank you when your mom handed you your backpack as you literally flew out the door to school the other day? Did you smile and give thanks when the lunch lady diligently served you at least something? We can't live that day over, so make the next one even better. To attain that better day, we need to take the last step, a step of action. We need to serve others. When I was younger, my dad was making his way through 8 long years of schooling, and our family often struggled to keep food in the pantries and dinner on the table every night. I remember that many times, a kind neighbor or friend from church would randomly show up to our doors, on those dim evenings and offer us a scrumptious plate of frozen lasagna. Mm-hmm. Preferring macaroni and fruit snacks myself, I wasn't entirely grateful for the small, greasy slice of casserole. A few years later, the tables had turned. Our family was better off when my mom was asked to be the compassionate service leader of my church, which meant that she would now be in charge of all those meals brought to people. I watched as every single night she would work so hard to create a tasty meal to deliver. I remember coming home from school every day and asking, "Is dinner for us tonight?" Only after countless times of attempting to help my mother prepare those meals was I able to understand just how much work and time had been put into the meals my family had received. By participating in the kindness my mom offered to others, I was able to really appreciate what had been given to me. When we serve others, we become more grateful for what we have received, and thus, happier. In conclusion, gratitude is the key nutrient in obtaining a happy life. When we take the time to say thank you, look at all the blessings in our lives, and finally serve others, we can fully experience the powerful effects of gratitude. I've truly had a life-changing experience as I've worked through these steps. Who knows? You might just see me on the next Yoplait yogurt commercial. Thank you.
Cool. Oh man. Oh, there's so